activism on the side of the governments to prop up ailing industries and bankrupt banks. I'd like to mention a quote from a famous speech that Ronald Reagan gave back in 1966, talking about the relations between the government and the industries. What he said at the time was talking to a small business convention. He said, if it works, tax it. If it still works, regulate it. When it's dead, subsidize it. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing now. Fortunately, our industry is not in the final stage of what Ronald Reagan was mentioning at the time. In fact, it's quite the contrary, is alive and well, and is doing its best to counteract to this wave of pessimism through investments and innovation. Just to give you a few figures of what is happening in the industry, it was mentioned by Rob Conway, but I want to tell you what is happening in Italy. We've seen in the last year an increase of data traffic for mobile only of 210% almost. This is a dramatic increase. We have spent a lot of money to accommodate all this. We've spent €500 million out of a total of €2.7 billion to accommodate this dramatic growth in data traffic. And we are seeing, despite the recession, still growth in this area. And this is growth that drives productivity and that drives the overall welfare of the economy. Now, what do we need in order to maintain the momentum of our industry? I think that, of course, we are not asking for subsidization, because I think that we will, for the foreseeable future, we will never be in a situation like the kind of industry we're seeing around. We need a lighter regulation. I think that what that means is not only lighter, but also quicker. The industries, our industry, in order to make the heavy investments that are necessary, require a certain and stable, a very firm and stable regulatory environment. And when you have too much regulation, you have too much uncertainty, you have too many delays that prevent you from introducing innovation. And innovation is there. All our network in Italy is accommodating 7 megabits. We are introducing 14.4 megabits in Rome and Milan, and we will be on the leading edge of innovation in this sector. So it means that demand is there, willingness of our industry to invest is there. We need an understanding on the side of governments that we are an industry that does not need subsidy, that does not need help from the government, but needs to be given freedom to act, needs to be less heavily taxed, because I remember that in some countries and in some areas, taxation on postpaid is still very heavy, as if it were a conspicuous consumption and not an absolute need. So I think that less taxation, less regulation will drive the success of our industry. Thank you.